What is good, fam? So we're back with another video. As you guys know, we finished the interior on the coupe, so it's time to move on to the outside of the car. And what I want to focus on today is getting the front bumper lined up and removing the rear bumper so we can get it fixed. But before we do that, what I want to do is do a quick walk around of the car so you guys can get more familiar with it. The clear coat on this car is peeling off because it was sitting outside for quite a while before I bought it. And it does have some major dents on the driver's side panels and the door that I need to fix at some point so we can get this car prepped for painting. But for right now, let's go ahead and focus on those two things. But let's go ahead and do a quick walk around. All right, so this is how the car sits right now. That's a crack on the rear bumper we got to get fixed. It looks like the car got side swap at some point because we have that dent on the rear quarter panel and then on the door as well. So we're going to be replacing the door and doing something about the quarter panel. And like I did mention, the clear coat is peeling off. It's kind of bad. The car was sitting outside for quite a while, but it does come with a full kit. I believe it's a body club too, which is a nice kit. It's one of my favorite ones. And this is what I'm talking about. I need to get the front bumper lined up because as you guys can tell, I have a gapping underneath the lights. And I believe it has to do with the bumper support that is too thick, so it doesn't allow the bumper to sit back farther. So I'm going to take off the bumper support and see if the bumper lines up. And if it does line up, then I'll probably just cut the bumper support and make it thinner, re-weld it back on there. So I don't want to lose the structure of the support. But other than that, the car is pretty clean. Sorry if I can get a wider view, it's just I am working on a tight spot, but the car is pretty clean. Like I mentioned, the side skirts line up pretty good and everything else looks pretty decent. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, fam. So quick little update. You guys saw we took out the front bumper support. So I pushed the bumper all the way back to see where it would line up, and then I tried to put in the bolt back on the fender side. Unfortunately, the bumper doesn't go all the way back to where it lines up perfectly with the fender. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to drill the holes on the bumper right here a little bit bigger, so it will allow me to push it back more and be able to line it up perfectly with the fender. Right here, as you guys can see, the corner doesn't move all the way back. I don't know if you guys can tell. The corner doesn't go all the way back, so what I'm gonna have to do is drill the hole a little bit bigger on the bumper, so that way I can push it back more. Try to get it lined up right here. I mean, it's probably a couple inches that I have to do. It's not that much, so that way it will line up perfectly there. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to lift it as well, so I can get the gap as close as I can. But I'm still gonna have this gap right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm still gonna have a gap right here just because of the way the bumper is made. The other thing I noticed with the bumper support, they had already cut the edges on it so it won't hit the side of the bumper, but I can still feel it. Every time I push on the bumper whenever it was on, I can still feel that it has pressure on it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it right here, maybe half of an inch, and then push it back a little bit, weld it, so that will give me a little bit more clearance on the bumper. I really don't want to leave it without the bumper support, just because I feel like it helps a lot by holding the bumper. Update. So I was trying to put the bumper support back on here. I realized that the holes for the bolts right here were really rusted. So when I tried to put the bolt back on there, it was getting really difficult to do it. And the first thread right there was a little smashed in, so the bolt was going in crooked. So instead of smashing the bolt in there, what I did is I went and got my little kit for like retreading and stuff like that. I recommend you guys to buy one of this. It's really handy, especially when you haven't messing up when you have messed up treads. That helps a lot. So basically what you do, it comes with this little tool right here. It comes with meters and standards, so it gives you like the different sizes of the treads. You measure the tread on your bolt and it will give you a number, and then the number you look for the retreader right here. In my case, we used the 8 1.25, and what I did is I looped it, and you have to put it in there as straight as you can. So that's what I did, and I'm doing that to all the holes, so that way I don't have any issues with the rest of them later on down the road. Make sure everything is looped. And all right, so now that we got that out of the way, I'm gonna put the front bumper support back on there, and then we're gonna put the bumper on again and see the fitment once more. So as I suspected, after I took off the bumper support and put the bumper back on there without the bumper support, I was able to line up the bumper with the fenders pretty even, pretty nice. Now that I put the bumper support back on there, it's not allowing me to push the bumper back all the way. So I still have a big ass gap right here on the headlights, as you guys can tell. So I will be needing to cut the bumper support, so we're gonna take it back out, cut it, and then probably cut like an inch and a half, maybe 2, and then weld the piece. You're gonna see how I'm gonna do it, but we're gonna weld it back on there so we can install it back on the car, because I don't want to not have it on here. So yeah, it's kind of late right now, so I can't really do any cutting or welding. We're gonna keep going with this tomorrow, but I will be taking off the back bumper right now and fixing the crack on it. I did went to Harbor Freight earlier today and bought one of those plastic stitching So that's what we're gonna be doing right now. So let's get to it and let's move on to the back. All right, so now that I have the bumper off, this is the kit that I was telling you guys about. It's a stapler, a stitching, however you want to call it. Not really sure. I bought this from Howard Ferg. No, I'm not sponsored. I'm just showing you guys the tools that I'm using to fix the crack. Obviously, you're not able to use this on every body kit because some of the body kits are fiberglass. But in my case, this is plastic, so this is going to work really well with that. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm gonna drill a couple holes right here. It looks like they tried to fix it with some sort of a plastic wheel or something. But yeah, I'm gonna drill a couple holes right here. Put a zip tie on it so I can close it evenly. And then we're gonna grind the area that is cracked. And basically what you do with this, you choose one of these staples or however you wanna call them. In my case, I'm gonna be using this one. Which basically, let me take one out real quick. There we go. Let's dump that in there. And we're gonna be using some of those. So this is pretty much what they look like. It's kind of small. It's just, I would say it's like stitching or whatever. So you put one of this on the tip of the gun right here. And what it does is basically it hits it up so it will melt on there. And then it will still it will stay stuck on there, so that way it will shut the crack close. And then after that, I have a plastic welder that comes with strips of plastic, which I'm just gonna go over that. So yeah, stay tuned and let's do that. All right, so this is pretty much how we stitch it. I don't know if you guys can tell. We have those little sticks right there. It's already stitched welded right there. So now what I gotta do is cut all those little sticks. Let it dry a little bit more. Then we're gonna cut it. Okay, so this is the other kit. Basically it's just like a flat iron. As you guys can see, the tip looks like that. It comes with some plastic bars. So I'm gonna put the plastic bar over it and then just kind of weld more plastic on there as well. The other thing you could do instead of using the stitching, it comes with these little nets right here that you can put those in top of the bumper and then just kind of iron it on there until it melts into the plastic. So I might just cut a little piece just to double secure it. We're gonna cut a little piece and put it over there, heat it up, wait for the net to melt into the plastic, and then we're gonna put more plastic on top of it. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we're doing the little piece of mesh. I'm gonna show you a little bit of how this works. Kind of like a band-aid. I'm gonna put you back on the stand, and I'm gonna keep going with this, so I can do it the right way. But I just wanted you guys to see a little bit of what's happening over here on a closer angle. So let me go ahead and put you back on there. All right, fam. So this is the final result for the plastic welt. We did the staples first, then we added a mesh and added more plastic on top of it. I'm still waiting for it to dry a little bit more so it can get more strained. But these two are two nice kits that you should have just for small repairs like this. This is what it looks like on the other side. I did overdo one of the staples, so I have a small hole right there, as you guys can see, but it's not a big deal. I'm gonna be using a little bit of Bondo right there just to fill the rest of the crack on the outside. So the plastic welding is more for strength and secure. So yeah, but we're gonna keep going with that tomorrow. That's gonna be it for today and probably for this video. So tomorrow what I'm gonna do, it's cut the front bumper support, weld it so we can line that up, and then start sanding this down so I can use a little bit of Bondo to show you guys more of the final result on the bumper. I'm pretty happy with the results. So yeah, like I said, I'll probably just upload this video today or tomorrow, and then you guys are gonna see the final results on the next video. So peace. Hope you guys like it.